I've loved games since I was young. The reason was simple. Being stuck in the hospital, there was nothing else to do but play games, and over time, games became a part of my life. But doing anything for too long becomes boring and tiresome.
Ah, damn. Is this AI decision for real? Why give a heal to that guy there?
At some point, no matter what game I played, it wasn't as fun as before. It wasn't about the genre, whether it was AOS RPG or FPS. The games that came out every year all seemed like trash. The stories and worlds were all similar, and the systems lacked depth. I wanted a game with something more special. That's when I discovered Dungeon and Stone. The genre was a single RPG. It was an indie game from overseas. It didn't support Korean, and it used 2D pixel graphics, which were rare these days. Honestly, it wasn't my taste. But since it was free, I decided to try it, and soon I was completely absorbed in the game.
Wow, almost died because of that priest.
It was a unique game in many ways. If a character died, you had to start from scratch. NPC companions were essential for game progress, and despite being a side-scrolling game, it had a lot of freedom. The skill system and world were attractive, and the story was interesting even though I read it in English. Most importantly, there was an unknown special quality to this game. At the time, I was a social service worker assigned to the subway, and I started to seriously delve into Dungeon and Stone. It wasn't easy. Battles in this game weren't just about HP/MP. Even with full health, one wrong decision could erase a character I'd spent 3 months building.
Let's go.
For over 2 years, I couldn't even reach the middle of the game, so I swallowed my pride and searched for strategies. I had to translate English because I couldn't find anything on Korean portals, but even that wasn't very helpful. There weren't many users overseas either, so there were few related posts, and they weren't very useful. Compared to those who played for a month or two and called it a dead game, I had a much deeper understanding from seriously exploring the game for 2 years. So I stopped looking for strategies.
Up 3 times, left 4 times, down once, left twice, up 6 times, right 4 times. Avoid the trap at the end, okay?
After all, wasn't this the game I finally found after searching for something enjoyable? I decided to see it through to the end on my own, no matter how long it took. And then,
Phew.
that's how I got to where I am now.
Gate of the Abyss.
My character is now standing in front of the portal leading to the final boss room. Of course, seeing the ending will take a few more visits here. It's not a game where you can defeat the boss in just one try. Even so, I can feel how tense I am from my stiff fingertips.
The final boss.
To someone else, it might be nothing, but it took me 9 years to get here. It's no exaggeration to say I spent my entire 20s with this game. Even on the day I was discharged from social service, the day I returned to school to re-enroll, and the day I received the acceptance letter from my desired job after graduation, I was always playing Dungeon and Stone.
Would you like to enter?
As I controlled the character to approach the portal, a prompt appeared asking if I wanted to enter. Of course I pressed yes, but since it's the final boss room, another message that seemed significant appeared.
You may not be able to return. Are you sure you want to enter?
From a player's perspective, it was an unnecessary scene. Would I not enter here?
Yes?
I pressed yes, and the screen transitioned to a loading screen. As I looked at the darkened monitor, I focused my concentration. How many patterns will this guy have? What attributes? It must have an instant death move. Let's give up on succeeding on the first try and gather as much information as possible. I might have to completely change my development method or combination. My brain, stimulated by excitement and anticipation, was only thinking about the final boss. So I was late to notice.
You have reached the abyss. Tutorial complete.
Tutorial complete? No, more importantly, why is it in Korean? Wasn't dump only supported in English?
Starting transmission.
As soon as I sensed something was off, a bright light burst out. It was so intense that I couldn't believe it came from the monitor.
Ah, dead eyes!
Everything turned white in an instant. A ringing sound filled my ears, and an unknown heat spread across my skin. My mind quickly became hazy, as if I had been given an anesthetic shot. I usually prided myself on my crisis management skills, but at this moment I had no idea what was happening. As the light grew even stronger, I lost consciousness. And when I opened my eyes again, I had become a barbarian in the game.